No wonder you've lost muscle, John. No wonder at all. I do not doubt it at all that it's your irresponsible dieting that has led to you losing muscle. Alright, what's up you guys, you're watching Zealocity and आज के वीडियो में we're going to be going through John Abraham's vegetarian diet. So recently, John Abraham was on the Ranveer show, the Ranveer Alavadia, जिनको हम popularly जानते हैं with the name of Beer Biceps. So John Abraham was on the show and उस show पे ये लोग बात कर रहे थे about diet and fitness and vegetarian diet specifically. तो John Abraham का जो vegetarian diet है वो क्या exactly follow करते हैं, क्या protocol है, etc. etc. We'll go through that in this video and let's find out what he eats.
And I don't tell people to be vegetarian, and that's not my job, and I will not do that. But yeah, as my lifestyle, and I'm not saying that's good or bad, because there are arguments
on both sides.
On both sides,
and it's a personal choice.
Yeah, so in a personal space, I do consume eggs occasionally, very occasionally, very occasionally.
Okay, so till now, basically he started doing a vegetarian diet and he has reduced his eggs as well, like, because there was a point in his whole career when he was eating more than like 40-50 eggs a day, and that was all egg whites, obviously not with the yolk. Even if it's with the yolk, like, it gets very hard to eat more than 10 to 20 whole eggs in a day. It's very hard. It's very satiating. The egg yolk adds a lot to the satiety as well. So egg whites, yeah, it's like very very soft and very easy to digest. So I can't eat more than 4 to 5 whole eggs in one go. So you can, and I have a fairly high appetite. Okay, if you see me eating chicken or something, you'll definitely know that I have a big appetite, and I still can't eat more than 4 to 5 whole eggs in a meal. So I'm sure John Abraham would definitely have a hard time. But anyway, so the whole point is, earlier he used to eat more than 50 egg whites in a day, and now he's reduced his eggs drastically, and he says that he's having very rarely, very occasionally.
I don't consume milk, butter, nothing. And yes, I am vegetarian. It makes me feel better about myself.
How did you maintain the physique, and how did you maintain?
I've lost a lot of weight. So during 4 years, my record, and Venky's here, he'll tell you, my makeup person, he's here. I used to have 51 egg whites a day. So, I mean,
he's lost a lot of weight since he has gone vegetarian. This is exactly what is the problem with people's mindset when a person like John Abraham and Beer Biceps, like two people in the field of fitness, like John Abraham obviously considered a big icon in the field of fitness, like the kind of physique that he portrays in a lot of films, and since he's into action, he's like the action star of India. And talking about Beer Biceps, like the person who started out as a YouTuber who would give nutrition and fitness advice, and now they're saying that how do you maintain this physique on a vegetarian diet, and he's saying I've lost. This is exactly the kind of problem that we have in the Indian society, in the fitness community on the whole, because when people say that, when people actually point out muscle loss to a vegetarian diet, it's because they're just not knowledgeable about like stuff. Okay, it is actually really wrong to say that a person on a vegetarian diet loses muscle, or it is actually very wrong to say that if you transition from a non-vegetarian to a vegetarian, you will lose muscle. Like, that's exactly that's exactly what they have portrayed in this scenario of like just 10-20 seconds. How do you maintain this physique on a vegetarian diet? And he says, I've lost. People have to understand that it is not essential that you lose muscle on a vegetarian diet. Okay, in fact, I can assure you that if you take the right guidance, then you will definitely gain muscle. You can easily gain muscle even on vegetarian diet, vegan diet. It's not hard, it's not impossible, it's not compulsory that you will lose muscle, and if you transition from a non-vegetarian to a vegetarian, you will lose muscle. Aisa kuch nahi hai, okay? Understand my point again. As long as you are taking care of your macros on point, as long as you're taking care of your protein on point, then you will not lose muscle even on a vegetarian diet, even on a non-vegetarian diet, okay? So aisa nahi hai. Now, talking about the not so essential stuff, let's face it, Bollywood actors are obviously going to take some amount of drugs, steroids, or performance enhancing drugs performance enhancing aids, not supplements. Okay, supplements are not steroids. They take other types of drugs and steroids to enhance their physique and make them look better on stage, obviously, because that's their career, right? So we're talking about testosterone, dianabol, nandrolone, trenbolone, so many things that they can possibly use, even in moderate doses, even in small doses. Like any knowledgeable coach, any well-informed coach can easily sense that most Bollywood actors are taking even at least small doses of some drugs, whatever the drugs are. Okay, I'm not going to go into the technicals right now. So if obviously he has gone down on the dosing, or if he has stopped using the steroids, stopped using the performance enhancing drugs, then obviously he's gonna lose some muscle in the way, right? Blaming the transition from a non-veg to vegetarian diet for the muscle loss is not valid. Okay, completely invalid point here. Anyway, let's go forward.
During force, my record, and Venki's here, he'll tell you my makeup person, he's here. I used to have 51 egg whites a day. So, I mean, that's a different zamana and all that.
I've done that also.
You've done that?
Yeah, and I know what the farts feel like.
Freaking mental.
It's horrible. It's horrible for your girlfriend as well.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I forget the farts. It's why fart and waste when you can burp and taste.
Okay, so now they're talking about how like having too many egg whites or too much of protein can actually cause a lot of farting. Well, this has to do with you not being able to digest the protein, or you're not taking care of your gut health as much, because this is what usually happens when people actually go on high protein diets. When people think that protein बढ़ाना है, people directly correlate this कि आपका gut health खराब होने वाला है, कि आपको protein digest नहीं होने वाला है. So this is one thing which people have to understand, that it is not due to the protein alone, but it also comes with a lot of other foods that you lack or eat improperly. That's what causes the problem of indigestion, farting, bloating, belching, etc., which happens with a lot of people who have protein shakes and eggs and everything. So I personally consume more than 150 grams of protein a day. My body weight is 70 kg. So I never face this issue of protein farting or something of that sort. Although a lot of people complain that protein shake लेने से मुझे fart बहुत होता है, कि अंडे खाने से मुझे fart बहुत होता है. It's usually due to the problem that they are not having enough prebiotics or probiotics in the gut. Prebiotics are the essential fibers that your gut needs, like good bacteria that your gut needs, in order to maintain a good environment for your probiotics to survive. Okay, if your prebiotics and probiotics in the diet are not taken care of, then you have problems of bloating, farting, diarrhea, indigestion, stomach aches, etc. Okay, so that is essentially what's going wrong, and it's not necessarily due to the egg whites or the protein shakes whatsoever.
What do you eat in a day, if you don't mind revealing your diet?
Okay, so my macros, usually I'll talk about my macros as a whole. So in grams of protein, it's twice my body weight.
Which is 170.
So about 170. I have about 160 carbs, and my fats are also pretty high at about 65. So I maintain those macros. I keep.
So, okay, this is one thing I was shocked to know. Okay, I was literally just shocked to see these macros. These macros suck. It sucks. It sucks big time. It sucks so much. These macros literally suck for the physique that John Abraham has, and I would really like to give him some advice here. If obviously he was my client, I would be training him in. I would be guiding him in the diet so much better. Whether or not he's a vegetarian, vegan, it doesn't matter. It really when you talk about nutrition coaching, when you talk about nutrition planning, you have to understand there's a lot of things here. It's not just the protein, it's the carbs and the fat as well, and his overall caloric value that he's having for a guy of 85 kgs with that much muscle, and he's having only 1900 calories. Like, what the hell?
What the hell?
Let's go through the calculations now. Okay, for all those who are confused, let's go through the calculations. He's having 170 grams of protein. 170 grams of protein into 4, that's somewhere around 680 calories, if I'm not wrong. 170 into 4, that's 680 calories, right? And 160 grams of carbohydrates, as he mentioned. 160 into 4, that's 640 calories from the carbohydrates. And he's having 65 grams of fat. He says it's high fat. It's kind of, fat is on the higher side. It's 65 grams of fat. It's not high. John, who are you getting nutrition advice from? 65 grams of fat is like not high at all. Okay, like, yeah, if you take the standard of 2000s where there was low fat dieting which was popular and people used to demonize fat and demonize ghee, demonize butter and everything, That was the era where people would go, yeah, 30 grams of fat is high fat. You're not in 2000s, right? We are in 2022. Here we know a lot more about nutrition science. Here we know a lot more about human physiology, and we know that fat is not bad. And people have started eating fat so much that 65 grams is actually not high. It's moderate fat. Okay, and I consume more than 80-90 grams of fat in a day, and I maintain a lean physique. Anyway, so talking about 65 grams of fat, 65 into 9, as you all know, fat has 9 calories per gram. Protein and carbs have 4 calories per gram. So 65 into 9, that is 585. So adding all up, 585 from fat, 640 from the carbohydrates, 680 from the protein. We're talking about 1905 calories. So let's give or take, let's take it at 2000 calories. For a person who works out very regularly, who has been going to the gym for more than 15-20 years, like we've been seeing him in the gym, like in a rock solid physique for more than 10-20 years, right? Anyway, 2000 calories for an 85 kg person. No wonder you've lost muscle, John. No wonder at all. I do not doubt it at all that it's your irresponsible dieting that has led to you losing muscle, or the drug dosing that you have stopped, probably potential drug use, whatever. I'm not accusing John of using steroids or whatever, okay? Just take this with a grain of salt. If it was the tapering down of drugs, or if it was the stopping of drugs or steroids, whatever he has used in the past, that may be a cause of losing muscle. Or if not, it's definitely the bad dieting that he's doing, the bad macros and the bad calorie calculations that he has done currently lead to the fat loss, to lead to the muscle loss that has happened currently that he's talking about. Okay, 1900 calories. When I want to lose fat, I eat 2400 calories and my weight is 70 kgs. And I'm sure that John is not like shorter than me for sure, right? John Abraham height. Let's find out. John Abraham height. 182 meters, like 182 centimeters. 182 centimeters. John is 182 centimeters tall. 2 centimeters taller than me. My height is 180. So we're talking about the similar height and 15 kgs more weight than me, and he's eating 600 calories lesser than me per day. That sucks. And this is exactly the problem when people actually don't understand the real science of nutrition. It's not just the macros that matter. It's not just the vegetarian diet that you're following. It's not just that, chalo, theek hai, we are getting vitamins and minerals, so it's enough. You have to make sure that you're getting the right amount of calories, the right amount of protein, the protein to calories ratio that you're having. Everything matters a lot in nutrition, and especially when you have to maintain a certain kind of physique. When you're talking about like bodybuilding competitions or Bollywood actors, there's a certain standard, there's a certain criteria that has to be maintained, and I'm sure he's not taking care of that. Okay, no wonder he looks very impressive. But if he's talking about muscle loss, this has to be one of the primary reasons for him to lose weight. He's eating way less calories and his macros are just stupid. I would say that.
But so I maintain those macros. I keep my sodium low. My sugar is practically zero.
So it's like mainly vegan protein shakes and
Mainly.
little eggs and
Little eggs sometimes. But I try and stay vegetarian or practically vegan as much as possible. But again, I don't beat my chest about it. I don't scream out in the air that, hey, I'm doing this. No, because what will happen is then people start.
This makes sense. He's not like screaming and out his chest and saying that I'm a vegan, you all be vegan. Not like that, right? So sane. Do what you like, do what suits your body.
Accusing you of doing a certain thing because there's so much of hypocrisy in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If that was the case, then I wouldn't be sitting in a car with leather seats. You know what I'm saying? Because my motive is also very different in life.
Yeah.
So all in all, the vegetarian that he has spoken about, I don't have any problem with that. He hasn't really revealed what he exactly eats. So he's kind of said that it's mostly vegan protein shakes and vegetarian food that he eats in a day, and there's very less eggs, like very rarely, and also I'm assuming it's mostly like paneer, tofu, chickpeas, rajma, etc., quinoa, whatever it is, and he's having a very low amount of carbohydrates. So I'm sure he's not adding starchy carbohydrates to his plan. Like for the most part, 160 grams of carbohydrates is like so low. Me, like if you see I don't want to boast. I don't mean to boast. I'm especially not comparing my physique with John Abraham's and saying that my physique is better. I'm definitely saying that John's physique is way more superior than mine. But if you look at me, I like I carry a decent amount of body fat. Like it's not like I'm fat. I don't consider myself in the overweight category. I'm mostly like below 14%, 13-14% body fat, decent amount of muscle, 70 kgs, and you see this kind of physique, and I'm eating more than 350 grams of carbohydrates in a day. Do you see it? 350 grams of carbohydrates in a day. I'm eating 26 to 2800 calories in a day. And why is a person like John, look at this physique, a person like John is eating 1900 calories at the weight of 85 kgs. Do you sense this? Do you sense what's wrong here? So this is exactly why you should get your nutrition advice from the right person, from the right coach. If you're hiring someone, make sure that you go through this. You talk to the coach first about what your goals are, what your expectations are, what you don't want. Like if you don't want muscle loss, the coach has to factor that in for your nutrition plan, right? If you don't want to lose muscle, and in fact if you want to gain muscle, that can easily be done on a vegetarian diet. It's not like that's not possible. It's because this caloric value is too low, and you have to understand that if you are going through bad phases with your diet, like let's say if you are following a diet given from a coach, and if you're still losing muscle, and if you're seeing that Pehle, I used to be much better and now I'm not. And one more important factor that should be considered is that it should be sustainable. If your diet is not sustainable, and if it's like egg whites, boiled egg whites and boiled chicken and boiled salad and all, it's like a stupid diet to follow. And any person with a normal IQ can create a diet plan without even a certification of nutrition, can create that diet plan for you ki subah mein soup, 5 egg white, 10 egg white, रात में थोड़े से vegetables boiled. This is like a stupid diet plan anyone can make, right? So you have to understand, if your diet is not sustainable, if your coach is not able to provide you with a sustainable and enjoyable kind of a lifestyle where you include rice in moderation, where you include fruits and everything, you include curries and all what you like eating, you include dosa, idli, poha, whatever you like eating, ये सब अगर आप नहीं हो रहा है तो आपके diet में नहीं हो रहा है, so you will definitely face issues and have problems in the long run following a nutrition plan, and you will always kind of be stuck with the bad yo-yo dieting kind of phase where you just don't see the right results for your body. Anyway, so this was my point here. I'm definitely not against his vegetarian diet, but I'm sure he's doing a lot more things wrong that he used to, like compared to what he was doing before. I'm sure he's doing a lot of wrong stuff, especially with the macros and the calorie calculations, etc., etc. But I respect him for what he has said, that he has an open mind to understand and learn more about nutrition, and that's exactly what matters in life. You should be open to learn more about anything, about literally anything in life, in order to succeed and grow more. Anyway, that's it for today. That's all for the video today. And if you like this video, then you know what to do. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends, family members, gym buddies, and I would really be very grateful if you could share this video with as many people as you can. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you want to get notified, then you can hit the bell icon. Whenever I post new videos, you will get that notification. This is my Instagram. If you want to take my consultations or my coaching programs, then this Instagram, or you have my email in the description below. You can head over to my email and write an email to me. I would definitely love to help you out with your nutrition plan if you need my help with that. And thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more interesting videos, and I will definitely make more interesting videos for you, so stay tuned for that.